Hey, everybody.
It's
Eric's back. Welcome to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast. We got the man that puts the E and everybody missed you. Eric's back. I am the armchair quarterback Dizzle. We don't have Dutchie here today. He is dressed as Daffy Duck handing out candy to children. It's Halloween, by the way, so it's not as weird as it sounds. But that's what Doug's doing. See Buddy's on the show today.
Yep.
And we're getting into part 2 of our main event rankings, where we take all the big main events from the history of wrestling, and we've been ranking them. Me, Doug, and Cleneth did an episode. So we can only really do it with 3. If we did the 4 of us, it'd screw the points up. And
so this actually worked perfectly.
So yeah, it works out well. So Eric's here, and we're gonna rank some main events here.
So I'm basically replacing Doug.
Yes. You're replacing Doug tonight. Well, I can't wait to have the 4 of us back. But
next week.
I got his notebook and I got the points. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having trouble reading some of the matches, and I'm not trying to hate on it. My handwriting's not great either, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go over what we did last time. Charlotte versus Sasha got a 94. I know that much. And I think that was the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't do any Austin and Rock, right?
No, I don't think we did.
No, we did not do it.
No.
Okay.
We did Cena and Cody too. Or Cena and Cody won at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
41. And I don't think that did very well.
No.
It did not.
I think I listened to the back end of that conversation.
Yeah. All right.
We're still waiting for someone to beat Hogan and Andre.
Oh yeah, I think that is the top
leader.
One. Trying to think. The top one has 129.7. Yeah, that's Hulk and Andre. And that's the number to beat. 129.7. All right. You want
to beat it?
You want to start? You want to start off hot with a recommendation? Our first match to go to.
Yep.
All right. What do you got, Eric?
Austin Rock, WrestleMania 17.
Oh God, that's gonna be.
That's why I did the thumbnail for that.
You weren't here last time, and for any new fans, I'll explain the criteria real quick. We're gonna all score each category out of 10, and then add it all up at the end. Simple as that. The categories are Buildup, the spectacle of it, which is like the excitement, the match itself, the finish, and then the crowd reaction. So those are our 5 categories. And spectacles like the big fight feel, pretty much. You cool, Eric?
Yep.
All right. Rock and Austin, WrestleMania 17. Let's start with the build-up. Cleneth, I'll throw it to you first.
All right. So I think when you think of build-up, you can't get no more big build-up. The biggest rematch out there between Rock and Austin this time around. This is more like Austin after he comes back. Yeah, this is after he came back.
Yep.
Comes back, looking for a title run, and began his Attitude Era self again. Because this is ending the Attitude Era, going into the Ruthless Aggression this run.
That's true.
In the build-up, knowing that he's a desperate man, he had a great payoff with the AAA side story.
Yep. You had to go through
And The Rock beating Kurt Angle, that was an awesome build-up. You just knew these two were meant to be in the spotlight. And then when you add in the theme song for the promos and everything, it's a 10 on the way.
Yep.
That was great.
One of the best video packages ever.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree with all that. And I would add that face-to-face interview that they did with Jim Ross in between them, asking them questions, and it felt like two legitimate boxers going at it. Yeah. Like, and I thought that was really sick. And that's when Austin's like, Rock, I need to beat you. It's not that I want to, I need to, and I need the belt back. And then it kind of sets up, what happens at the end.
And they got Rock's wife. I'm not the Rock's wife. They got Austin's wife involved.
Yeah, Deborah.
Yep.
And the puppies.
Yep. And that added to it. Even if it was small, it added to the story.
And to Cleneth's point, some people would say this is the last match of the Attitude Era.
Yeah, you could argue that.
I would say it ends at the end of 2001 into 2002.
Yeah,
but
I think it really ends right after the invasion.
Yeah, because I'd say Invasion's Attitude too. Still.
Yep.
Absolutely. So it sounds like we all think highly of the build-up. What would we give it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 10.
I gave it a 10. All right.
All right. We got a 30 right away for the build-up. All right, the big fight field, the spectacle. I have a feeling this one's going to do pretty well as well, because this is the most, as a kid, I remember, when they say The Rock's electrifying, that was an electrifying. The audience was obviously heavy pro-Austin because they were in Texas. Yep. But, there was not a silent person in the building. And that whole place had, a magic to it.
I still get goosebumps watching this. Every time I watch this match, I still get that goosebumps because it feels like it's now.
Yeah.
I'm giving it 10.
You're going 10 for the spectacle?
Yeah, I'll have to give it a 10 as well.
Well, it looks like Rock and Austin's doing damn good. We're giving it all 10s across the board again. We're going 30 for spectacle.
I think this is one match that could be up there with Andre and Hogan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would say it's a better actual match too. Rock and the match itself. What do we think about the match? Not the finish, because that is a separate thing. But the match itself, what happened in between the ropes? I thought it was great action across. This lived up to the build-up and everything. Both guys, even though Rock and Austin is really just kind of them spamming their finishers against each other, it's still a great. It's always there's something. It really is. I don't want to say drop electrified twice, but there is something they do have a magic chemistry between the two of them.
Yes, they do. The storytelling in this match was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will give my rating will be a 10. Just for this match. And it told the story of the video package out there. A desperate Austin, person of God. The Rock was trying to prove that he can beat Austin.
Yep.
I'm going 10 too. Another 30. This might be a perfect one. But here's where it gets a little dicey, because
it's the ending for me.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
If you're one of those people that's like, I thought the Austin heel turn was kind of cool, and then good for you. But it's universally known as a bad decision. And it was making your top guy a bad guy when he was still the it's not like Hogan's getting booed in WCW. Let's do the NWO. Austin was still in his people loved Austin. They didn't want to hate Austin.
And so Texas was
and to cap off the Attitude Era with him joining forces with the guy he always fought was kind of stupid. It's when besides JR's commentary was perfect. I'll give JR, he's doing a deal with the devil. That shit was awesome. But him shaking hands with Vince and stuff, it was a little all right, come on. We just saw Shane kick Vince's ass. Why do we need him back out here? And why do we need Rock and Austin was telling a great story on their own. They didn't need the extra hoopla.
Yeah. I think it was better than maybe Cena's heel turn. I don't know if that's a hot take.
No.
It's not. Here's my problem with it. This match had a Rock win automatically. Watching the match, you knew the Rock owned Austin. Vince coming out and doing what he did made you wonder. It's just like another. It was going to be. Well, he's going to be out to screw Austin, do it again. But for Austin, this to beat The Rock down because he stunned The Rock twice and he kicked out, and then he just beat him down with a steel chair and pin him. That I had to take points off. No, I was not feeling that. That just totally ruined the ending. I have to take points off of that, man. That's a 2 point. That's a minus 2 points for me.
Minus
so
2.
I 8.
I'm giving it 8 too.
You guys are that high on the finish?
Well, I wasn't that high. Well, Eric, let's put it this way. I didn't like the finish, but for story part, they could have gone a different way.
Yeah,
like because you watch that match, you could tell there was no way Austin was going to win that match.
No, you're right. Rock was kicking his ass.
I look at it this way: the first time you watch it, it was shocking, but then you watch it over and over, and then you think more and more about it. Was probably a really bad finish.
Yeah, and the 2-man power trip. I mean, that was all right, but
I love the 2-man power trip.
I know that's why I thought you would feel differently about this because I remember you saying you were a 2-man power trip.
I'm always be a 2-man power trip, even though I question it a lot. I just love the story of it, and I always wonder if Triple H did not blow out his kneecap in that tag match, what was going to happen?
Yeah, I always wonder that too.
Yeah, that's true. It's crazy to me that they wanted Triple H to be a good guy before that. They're like, Triple H should be a good guy and he can be the good guy to go against Austin. It's like, no. Like, have you seen him the past couple of years? He almost killed poor Mick Foley multiple times.
Yeah.
Well, that's just Mick Foley style of wrestling. It's not killing him. He likes going through a Hell in a Cell. What you expect? I mean,
that's true. So Triple H was pretty brutal though back in the day to turn him babyface like that. Sometimes when you're such a good heel, it's hard. Like I remember Randy Orton when they first turned him face, and that was after he was spitting in Mick Foley's face and stuff, and like beating up legends and stuff, and people weren't really ready to cheer him yet. They got there eventually for sure. The finish, you guys gave it an 8. I'm gonna go a little lower. I'm gonna say it's a 6. Because I do, it does. Austin, I think the right guy won because in Texas, Austin should have went over. But I don't think it's an effective heel turn because the crowd was cheering for him. Really, the crowd didn't like. I'm sure there was Rock fans in attendance, but they were in Texas. Austin won, and they're like, "Fuck yeah!" They're like, "I don't care if he's fucking. He can sign any deal with the devil. Who gives a shit?" So it's not really an effective. At least the crowd started booing Cena. At least Cena when he kicked Cody in the nuts, the crowd was pissed off. I mean, Austin, they loved it. They didn't give a shit.
Well, Cena was already established as a heel. That's a problem.
No.
That's why they booed him out of the state because he was established as a heel going into the match. Austin and Rock was two faces, two global faces of the franchise company at the time, going head to head.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean at a Elimination Chamber when he kicks him in the nuts. Like the crowd is like when Cody's like, Rock, go fuck yourself. And then, Cena kicks him in the nuts. That crowd, you hear a gasp, you hear and then they start booing because they realize Cena's with Rock. To me, that's an effective heel turn. When you hit like the other biggest baby face with the chair multiple times and cheat to beat him and shake hands with literally the devil, and the crowd's like, yeah, like to me, that's not as effective. They were like rooting for that. They're like, fuck it. Well, we like Vince now. Fuck it. So I'm going to go 6, and that's going to take this to a 22. So this is the first one that's not perfect.
Yeah.
And speaking of the crowd, our last thing is crowd reaction. And I do think that the crowd, I mean, they loved it, even though I said it wasn't my point right there stands, but the crowd was into this the whole time. They were so into this.
Yeah.
There wasn't a dull moment.
It felt like a big fight feel.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I'll give that a 10.
Yeah. Crowd reaction has to be a 10.
Yeah.
That gives us one.
think we might have beat Hogan.
142.
Yeah?
Yep. What?
Yeah, you're right. 142, and Hogan was 129 in Andre. So Rock and Austin's the new one to beat. And I mean, a lot of people agree with that. So 142. Fucking Doug's pen died on me.
That's why you use pencil.
Yeah. All right. 142. All right.
What he would have given this.
What's up, Eric?
I wonder what scores he would. He probably would have done the same as us, right?
No, he wouldn't.
No, he probably would have went a bit lower. I think he loved Rock and Austin though.
Yeah, but Doug's very neutral. I don't think he doesn't play favorites at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Yeah.
It is a good thing. All right. So now we're going to go over to AEW.
Ooh. Who you got?
We're going to go Full Gear 2019, Cody and Jericho.
Ooh.
Maybe the decision that made Cody ended up leaving AEW. The decision that fucking bit himself in the ass by saying he can't win the title ever. He can't fight for the title if he loses this match, which he inevitably loses. All right. Cody versus Jericho. Build up. Now that was the build up pretty much. The build up was, there was a lot of, I love the build up to this match because I think early Dynamite is some really good underrated wrestling television that even if you're an AEW hater, you need to go back and watch that because there was some really good shit on those early Dynamites and some really good storylines. And you can tell like when the guys were like first in charge of their own stuff and you can tell they really had like a plan for the next few months. Cody and Jericho was a hell of a program building up into that pay-per-view. And, and you had the MJF thing, which obviously, you can't trust him. And that was a little predictable, but the rest of it was like him taking shots at Dusty. And I remember that infamous Cody promo when his like voice cracks up and he's like, I went from undesirable to goddamn deniable. And he's fucking going off and he's called him a carny succubus and all that. And he, like that was a great Cody promo. So the build up for this, I'm gonna have to give it I'm gonna go 9. What do you guys think?
From what I remember, I thought the build up was pretty good. It's Cody gonna win? Is Cody not gonna win? Is he gonna be the one that takes it from Jericho? At this point, Jericho's held it for what, 4 months? Right?
Yeah.
So,
because they weren't doing a pay-per-view every month back then.
Yeah, and this was the first big title match I believe.
Yeah, because he beat Page for the belt.
Yeah. So that was for the belt where nobody had the title. So this was the first defense for Jericho, right? The first big defense.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So I'll give it I'll go and agree with you. I'll give it a 9. I said the build-up was pretty good.
All right. Cleneth?
All right. So I want to give the build-up. I'll give it an 8.
All right.
Build-up's going to be an 8 for me. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's good storytelling, but here's what I did not like. I mean, even though you had some wrestling at the time, when it comes to big time feel in AEW, I feel like the big matches, all they do is spat promos with little wrestling against nobody leading up to the big fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're definitely guilty of that nowadays.
Yeah.
They do that a lot. All right, so we're at 26 for the build-up. I believe. Cleneth gave it an 8, right?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Now spectacle. I will say, and I agree with the big fight feel for AEW for some matches, but I will say for this one, it did feel this was the first time to me that Cody felt like a star. And I was into Cody a lot, and I'm a huge Cody fan, as is Eric. And I've been following him like ever since he left WWE. But he had big matches in Ring of Honor in Japan and stuff. And I'm not taking that away. But as far as like national television and he felt like a star, and he felt like the face of AEW. And it was like, oh, and they're putting the stipulation on it. And it felt like a big fight feel because the stipulation was so interesting to where it's like, well, Jericho just won the belt. They're not going to have Jericho lose. So why would they do that? But it's also like, why would Cody never win the belt again? So you really don't know who's going to win. And in wrestling, that's a valuable thing, and that's hard to fucking do. A lot of times we go into a match, it's like, oh, this guy's obviously going to win. It's when you go into a world title match, and you're like, oh, even though Jericho's only held the belt for a little bit, Cody could take it because they're probably not going to, it's that intrigue was there. And that big fight feel was there, and it was in front of a good amount of, I think, at least 10,000 people. Yeah. And they had the place sold out, I believe. So it did have to me, it had a big fight feel to it. To me, it's not a 10 out of 10 or anything, but for early like AEW, I'm going to give it an 8.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 too.
See, for early AEW, like I said, this is where I had to put some penalties on it because the only like big time match feeling we had was Double or Nothing, and then probably Double or Nothing at the time. So we didn't know at the time what was going to be the major hit shows, what was going to be that, but like Double or Nothing and All Out. So I will have to give it a 7.
All right. We're at a 23 for the spectacle. Now, the match itself, we were dealing with a fat Jericho at the time because he just recently got in better shape, but he was getting kind of chunky. And but him and Cody, I did have good chemistry, and I thought it was a very presentable match. And that walls at the end that he hit on Cody, even though that's the finish, so we'll get into more of that later. But that looked like Cody's back was broken. It was an interesting spot. It's like that. I've never seen the walls look that nasty. And I thought it was a pretty good match. Cody I like the, the back and forth, and also like it really seemed like Cody was going to win the title, and that was exciting as a Cody fan. So I'm gonna give the match I'll go 8 again.
I'll go 7 this time. I thought the match was pretty good.
I wanted to give it a 6.
All right. We're at 21 for the match. All right. Now the finish. This is interesting because I do think I thought it was the right guy. I think even though it might have bite them in the ass because Cody probably should have had multiple title matches for AEW in the main event, but this ends up being the only one, obviously. I do believe too. It is hard to believe, but he kind of did it to himself. It was his idea, but it's still like I don't love it because of the repercussions of it, but it was exciting at the time because it's like, oh my God, what does this mean? Like, oh, he's gonna have to go heel if he wants to get the belt, but MJF was not surprising, and Cody should not have been hanging out with him. He knew that kid was a piece. He was already a heel. It's not like it was a heel turn. MJF was already a scumbag, and and Cody just trusted him for no reason. And then he throws in the towel, the fucks you over, and kicks you in the nuts after. And I like the program that happens with them after that, but it is kind of like an easy twist. Like it's like that was the one easy thing that they had, so they didn't write themselves into a corner, and they went with that. So I'm gonna give the finish a 6 because I didn't love it.
Yeah, looking back at it, it was probably it could have been done a little better. I'll give it a 5.
I'll give it a 5 as well.
Yeah, it was average. Just looking back. At the time, it was probably an 8, but looking back, it's probably now a 5.
All right. 16. The crowd reaction. How did the people feel? They seemed really into this. They were popping at Cody's entrance. They were popping, at the end, they were pretty shocked by it, and they were rooting for Cody the whole time. I thought the crowd was into it. I'm going to give it another 8.
Yeah. Because AEW usually has hot crowds.
Oh, yeah. They were so fucking into this.
I'll give it an 8.
Clement?
I'll give it a 9.
All right. We got a 25 for crowd reaction. So I don't think they're going to do as good as Rock and Austin, but that's just a hunch.
Is it going to beat the other AEW match?
Mox and Jericho? We'll see. It's at 111. That's a respectable score.
Yes, it is.
Mox and Jericho got 123, though.
I think it could beat it.
And that's crazy because I probably do think that Cody and Jericho is a better match. But the rankings will fly the way they fly.
Exactly.
All right. John Cena and R-Truth. Capital punishment. Big money.
Ooh. You called out a big money match.
Hey, let's put some respect on R-Truth's name.
Okay.
That's like his one big title match. There's one big main event. There was, there was almost 10,000 in attendance. That's in Washington, D.C., the capital of our nation. It's a pretty big fucking deal. And he went one-on-one with the great one. Not right.
Ironically.
Huh?
Ironically, that's where the last match of Cena is going to be. Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Do you guys remember Capital Punishment? That was such a nothing pay-per-view.
A little bit.
You remember. All right. Versus R-Truth. Capital Punishment. All right, the build-up. Truth was on a heel turn, and I think he was doing the little Jimmy by now. But I thought the build-up was wildly entertaining, and I thought heel Truth was a lot of fun. And Cena was kind of being like, dude, I don't want to beat you up, but if I have to. Like I said, this is kind of a nothing pay-per-view, but I thought it was interesting. It was an interesting build-up, and Truth finally got his moment. So I'm going to give the build-up a 7.
I'll give it a 6.
I want you to give it a 5.
All right. We got an 18 to start us off for build-up. All right. Spectacle. The big fight feel on this one. Not quite Hogan Andre, but honestly, I would go pretty low on this. I'd probably give it a 2. Because the Truth was a fun character, but WWE was kind of stale with the PG at the time. And it's not like, people were like sweating. People probably went and peed. Like that. I don't think people were like, oh, this is the biggest fucking. It didn't feel like a big deal. So I'm going to give it a 2.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 2 also. It didn't feel like R-Truth had a chance.
No, it didn't. You knew he wasn't going to win the title.
Yeah.
Cleneth?
I want to give it a 1.
All right. Might be our lowest round. We got a 5. All right. The match itself. I do think the match is serviceable, and it's a standard babyface Cena match, but Truth with like the voices in his head was kind of fun, and he was working a different style. And I thought he was interesting as a heel. It's not like it's a barn burner, but there was decent psychology, at least decent enough. I'm going to give it a 6 because I do think it was solid enough.
I'll give it a 5.
11.
I'll give it a 4.
All right, to finish, a classic Cena babyface win. This is pretty standard. I can't go too high, but what do you think, Eric?
I'll give it a 2.
I'll have to give it like a 4. I'll be nice and give it a 4.
I mean, a finish being caused by someone getting a drink thrown in their face is pretty fun. So I'm going to go 5. So that's 11, right? 9 plus 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I don't think nothing can beat. I think nothing can beat this low rating out there.
And we were.
Oh wait, I think I do know a match that probably would, but that's not really a big fight feel.
No. All right. The crowd reaction. I don't think they really gave a shit. They seem to pop a little bit. I'm going to go 3. I'm going to be generous. So
I'll be generous.
Yeah.
I'll be normal. Give it a 2 then.
All right.
The 1, 2, 3.
I think this might be the lowest. I don't even know if I need the calculator for this one. All right. Plus 15. All right. We got a 55.
Yeah.
That's not very good. Yeah, we don't. That's the lowest so far because the lowest before that, it was somebody versus Cena. Fucking Doug. It was a 61 though. Oh, Cody versus Cena. Cody versus Cena was the lowest one at WrestleMania.
See, at least I have a high ranking one. We ranked a Cena match. I give him a good rating too.
Yeah, we got to do some good Cena. I've been doing Cena dirty now.
All right. Yeah. And I have one. One from my favorite pay-per-view. Unforgiven 20. Unforgiven 2006. TLC.
Phenomenal. Him and Edge.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. The Air Canada Center. Very good. All right. Cena and Edge.
Good choice.
Yeah.
I love this rivalry.
This is actually my favorite pay-per-view out there.
That's your favorite one?
That is some strange reason. This is like one of my favorites. Like I can watch this without.
The Spirit Squad and the Highlanders really did it for you, huh?
Yeah. It was more like that DX and handicap Hell in a Cell. Yeah.
And didn't Morrison and Jeff Hardy have a match on this card?
Morrison for Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental title. Yeah, Randy Orton and Carlito going 1-on-1.
Yeah, this wasn't underrated. Trish and Lita. This was Trish's last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trish's Lita's last match. Trish's last match.
It is a damn good card. It's an underrated pay-per-view. I'm with you on that. All right, the build-up for Cena and Edge. I think it's pretty perfect to me. This is one of the better rivalries. And Cena's trying to get his belt back after Edge fucked him.
Yep.
With Money in the Bank. No,
and now they're doing it in his hometown.
Yeah. All right. What do we think of the build-up?
Build-up.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's a fantastic build-up. And it also plays off to the fact that Edge is trying to force Cena off of Raw because he got thrown into a river the week before.
Which he got sick in real life because it's a dirty river.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
So he's trying to get Cena off Raw. Cena comes out with a contract, a 3-year contract for Theodore Long for to go to SmackDown if he loses the rematch. If he gets loses the Edge. I mean, this right here, I think ended the first round of the rivalry between the two of them. which make it even more better because it ended it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They kind of went their separate ways afterwards.
Didn't Edge go to SmackDown after?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But he got into more of the Matt Hardy stuff after that, right? Or was that before this?
I think this was before this.
Oh yeah, because he had the money in the bank with that stuff. All right. So we all give it a 10, 30?
Yeah.
All right. The spectacle, the big fight feel. There's 16,000 in the Air Canada Center. This did kind of feel, this was like a perfect babyface versus heel match. It did feel like anything could happen. It's not like two giants standing across the ring, but it did have a really good, it did feel kind of special. I'm going to go 9.
I'm going to give it a 10 because it was in Toronto and they were rooting for Edge, so it was a reverse.
Okay.
19. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 as well.
All right, 28. Now the match itself, it's almost a perfect match. It's brutality, it's psychology. There's good in-ring action, but the extreme shit is really fucking. And then you can tell they're not PG yet.
Yeah, this is towards the end of the PG era. Yep. This is saying goodbye to PG. This is probably why it's one of my favorite, because it totally, to me, ends the PG era right here.
Yeah. Yeah, in the match before, Vince is getting shoved into Big Show's ass.
Yep. I remember that.
We still had a little attitude. There a little aggression. Ruthless aggression. All right. So we're at the match itself. What do we give it?
I'll give it a 10.
I'll give it 10.
This probably is one of the best Cena matches, so I guess I'll go 10 too. I was thinking 9, but Cena and Edge is one of the most important rivalries of that era, and this is probably the best match they had.
Yeah, it was.
And they had
the SummerSlam one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Nah, but SummerSlam doesn't measure up to this, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because you also have to throw out what happened in Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. The first time they tried to bring that fucking thing back. All right. The finish. This is one of the best parts of the match. So I don't know how I could not give it a 10. This is what everybody talks about. I have friends that don't watch wrestling. That don't watch wrestling anymore, that grew up watching wrestling, that were like, but I remember when Cena fucking FU'd fucking Edge off the ladder through the table, dude. That was a moment. This finish is a moment, so I have to give it a 10.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Still gets talked about today. It's been fucking almost, 10, 20 years?
Going on 19 years. 19 years.
Yeah, people still talk about it.
So. 19. Next year, it'll be 20 years.
Yes.
Oh, 6.
So there you go. 10s across the board. This is going to be another high one. This is a good one. Rock and Austin is getting a fucking run for their money. Spectacle shot him in the foot a little bit, but all right. The crowd reaction. Oh. They were so fucking into this, but they were booing Cena. I mean, Edge was the hometown hero.
Well, what do you expect though? It's an anti-Cena crowd. I mean, Cena came out to the cheers of boos, and Edge, came out first just to get the cheers out of the way.
But do they get points for that because the crowd's super fucking into it, or because Cena is the babyface? Do we take that away from them because Cena is the babyface? He gets the big emotional win, and everyone's like, "Fuck!" And everyone in the crowd was. You
kind of figure it's like watching your home team, like Buffalo Bills lose to the New England Patriots at home.
Yeah, that's true. Although that hometown, you remember SummerSlam 04.
Well, that's the same way. So that's the case. You have to judge that the same way. Cena was a big hometown hero and lost SummerSlam before that.
Yeah, but I mean that SummerSlam in Ontario when Edge was a babyface and they were booing him out of the fucking building, and they booed poor Eugene against Triple H. There was a heel crowd that booed every fucking babyface. Poor Eugene got his big win Or no, he didn't even win, did he?
I don't know.
But he was getting his big moment, and fucking the crowd was booing the shit out of him. And they booed Edge, and he was a babyface. But here, he's a heel, and they fucking love the little bastard. What do we think? Points wise.
I'll still give it a 10.
Yeah.
I might have to drop down and give it a 7.
7? Would you go, Eric?
I went perfect.
10?
Yeah.
Because I agree with the hometown thing, and so that really isn't a knock on Cena, but I do think that this kind of jump started the whole fucking Cena sucks stuff. I really do think that this was kind of the roadmap of people starting to not like Cena, not like him, but like booing him.
Yeah. They actually started the ECW One Night Stand.
I'm gonna go a little kinder. No, I'm gonna go a 7. I'm gonna agree with Cleneth. 24. So not a perfect landing for this match, but it's still ranked up pretty well. I don't think it's gonna be Rock and Austin, but we'll see.
I got a WCW one.
All right. Well, let me add this up, and then you rattle it off.
Yep.
Holy shit! No way.
What?
Let me add it up again to make sure I'm not.
All right, Massey, I need you to do well tonight.
It's my boy.
Yep.
We have a tie for first place. 142 was the score, so it tied with Rocket. It beat Hogan and Andre. We me and Cleneth were like, nothing's gonna beat Hogan and Andre.
Three
matches in. Yeah. So 142. We have a tie. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see if there's a better match.
I don't know, but we might need Doug to do his rankings on the 2 smashes itself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. That'll be the balance out. Well, then now we're putting it in Doug's hands. Jesus. All right, what's your WCW one, Eric?
Hogan Sting, Starrcade 97.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Poor WCW. I mean, you just picked their one flop. Well, they have more than one flop. There's a reason they're not around anymore, but this is
we had to do this one at some point, so
yeah. I mean, we could just all put our 10 on the build-up and 0 on the finish right now.
I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm just starting Strength for Stampede, to tell you the truth.
Oh, on your rewatch, you're not Starrcade 97 yet?
No, I'm not. I'm just at Spring Stampede right now.
You said though you know what happens and stuff, right?
So
yes. Okay. Because this is an unfortunate. If you're getting excited for this match, I'm sorry, but
there's a lot of matches I kind of figured, but I'm like, we talked about, and I'm like, damn, but I'm more into the middle of the card matches now.
Yeah, well, that's the best.
It's the promo. It's the promos is what I like. I think that's what WCW really hypes itself at. It's with the promos.
Yeah. Well, to me, I do think a lot of them have the main events have a big fight feel. The cruiserweights are some of the best wrestling matches ever, and the promos were electric. So I agree. I think there's a few good things about WCW, but the promos were excellent. Now, watching Eric Bischoff bow to Hogan for the 97th time on the same episode of Nitro sometimes.
This is stupid.
Would get annoying, but
yeah. Or I could say cringy.
I would agree with that. All right. The build-up. Hogan and Sting, 97. This is a whole year. Cleneth's on the year right now, so you are halfway through. I mean, you're in the build. Sting's in the crowd, right? He
just made his jump to WCW, attacking the NWO.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
So right now you have Kevin Nash, who's upset because Dennis Rodman just joined the NWO and nobody's showing up there. He got Scott Steiner arrested. So now the tag team title match is a 1-on-1 between him and Rick Steiner.
Yeah.
and he demanded Nick Patrick to be the referee of the match.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right. It's such good stuff. I love
Yeah.
it. This build-up's a 10 for me. Crow Sting. I mean, they beat WWE because of this build-up. That's why they kicked. When they're like, oh, they kicked our ass for a long time. This is why they kicked their ass. Not only because the NWO was just so hot, but NWO versus Sting specifically is one of the biggest, greatest rivalries of all time. And it's probably the best WCW rivalry of all time. We did it like pretty much a whole show on it a few weeks ago. I mean, it was other members of WCW, but Sting was obviously the MVP of that list. Sting and Hogan is huge. It's the biggest feud they've ever had. So I have to give it a 10. And they did it for a year. It's a year buildup of just him and the banister, and then he'll come down, and Bobby, he's coming down! And it's fun. Like, that buildup is insane. It's so good.
You tune into Monday Night Nitro to see when Sting's gonna come out and top
yes
the NWO.
The best part about talking about this match, the best part of this match is the build-up, in my opinion. If I could go above 10, I would. It's perfect.
Yep.
Cleneth?
Yep. All right. So I'll give it a 10 as well.
All right, perfect 30. Good start out for Hogan and Sting. I don't think it'll get to Rock and Austin by the time we get to the good stuff. But this is another one I think bodes well for them because this had all the fucking makings of a big fight feel. This is a year of build-up and a year of everybody just wants to see this. I'll look up how many people were in the building, but I know it was a lot. At Starrcade 97, it was their biggest buy rate ever, I'm pretty sure. And it's still the biggest thing they ever did.
Hogan is their WrestleMania.
That was and Starrcade 97 specifically was like their WrestleMania.
Yep.
So the spectacle in this, like, I know that Sting came out pale and that's why they did the bullshit, but still, like both guys, the magic, the crowd, like everybody was like the announcers made it feel special. This match felt like a big fucking deal. And that's why the match ends up being such a fucking letdown. But it felt so fucking special. And you had almost 18,000 in the arena.
Yeah. Sting was that hero that they're waiting for to take the belt.
He was the face of WCW coming to finally take down this terrible organization that's been fucking with everybody. Yep. It was perfect. So I'm going to go 10 again.
Yeah, me too.
I'll give it a 9.
All right, 29. Now, the match itself, I'm not going to lie, and I know I've been giving it great praise. This thing's a wet fart. This reminds me specifically of Cody versus Cena because Hogan dominates the match as the heel the whole time. And then, we'll get to the finish, but he dominates the match the whole time. Sting gets like a couple moments, not really anything. It's not really big psychology. It's not a back and forth. Hogan's just kicking the shit out of him. And it's kind of just stupid. And it really, just like with Cena and Cody, like, Cody, do something, please. Hit a Cody cutter, fuck. You're like, Sting, hit a splash, do something. And he just keeps getting beat up. And then, it ends the way it ends. So I'm going to give the match itself a 3.
I'll go with 3, too.
I'll give it a 2.
All right. 3 plus 3, 6.
8.
Now, if you think that's low, ladies and gentlemen, the finish. This is one of the most debated things on the wrestling internet. And if you're a WCW fan, and even if you're a fucking WWE loyalist and you know about the Monday Night Wars, you know how botched this fucking finish was. And you know that all they need, and it's the classic story of all Eric Bischoff needed to do. All they needed to do was finish the story the way that everybody wanted them to, and just have Sting win clean. No bullshit, no cheating. WCW, by the way, is known infamously for horrible finishes. That's like, if you're going to do one big knock on them, it's their finishes. And they completely fucked it up. Sting got to the building. Apparently there was some behind the stuff going on. I don't know about that, but apparently his head didn't seem right to Hogan and Bischoff, and he was pale. He wasn't tan. He didn't look in great shape to them. So they pivot, and instead of having him just win clean and it go easy breezy, we're going to do a fuck finish. We're going to have Bret Hart come in. We're going to have the which I get what they were trying to do, which the ref fast counts. Bret Hart says, hey, I've been through a screw job. I'm not letting another screw job go down. Restart the match. I get what they're going for, but the problem is somebody told the ref to count normally. And that's been one of the more debated things of all time. But a lot of Nick Patrick says Hogan fucking went to him and was like, normal count, brother. And Sting didn't know. Nobody knew. So Hogan pinged Sting's shoulders to the mat, 1, 2, 3, clean. And we all watched it happen. And he beat Sting with no bullshit. He did not get fucked over at all. Hogan deserved to win that match if you're watching the match. And then Bret Hart comes out and says, no, this is bullshit. And they still do that. But the crowd, the fans are sitting there like, how is this bullshit? We just watched him. Like, he didn't cheat. It wasn't fast. He beat him. And then they restart the match anyway. Sting wins, and then they do the big moment, and everybody comes in and gets him on. It's known as one of the most fucked up things in the wrestling business.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to give it a 2. Because I know you got there eventually, and you still gave Sting the moment, but then you vacate the belt the next night on Nitro. Like, it was just, there was so much bullshit around it that, to me,
vacating the title just ruined the whole.
A lot of when people say 10 biggest mistakes, when you get the top 10 biggest mistakes of WCW, this ends up on there towards the top of the list. So
that's actually a good idea, Daniel.
Oh, thank you. But that's a 2. You give it a 2 too, Eric? 2.
I give it a 1.
I give it a 1.
All right, 2, 3, 4.
So that's actually a good idea. We should do that.
All right, we can for each company. All right, now to finish, I will say now crowd reaction. Even with the bullshit, the fans at home were like, "What the fuck?" The crowd didn't give that much of a fuck, honestly, and it's not like they were really booing when he got the big win and he won the belt. They were like that pop was huge. So I'm gonna give the crowd reaction an 8 because I think they were really fucking into this, no matter what happened.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
No, I'll give it an 8. And then the fact that did everybody come out from the locker room too?
Yeah, and then they rose him up, and it was a bit, and everybody was cheering.
All right, I'll roll with you guys, and I'll give it an 8, even though it's like, what?
Yeah, the crowd reaction at home wasn't great, but the people in the building were genuinely pretty happy. All right, it could have got to Rock Us. 30 plus 29 plus 8 plus 4 plus 24. A 95, respectable enough.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as some. It didn't break the 100. It's not in the tops, but,
middle of the road.
Middle of the road. It's not with Cena and Truth. It's doing okay. All right. Let me make sure this is the right date.
Anybody have a TNA one? You haven't done a TNA yet.
We'll do a TNA next, but I got one right here. We're going to do SummerSlam 92, Wembley. This isn't for the world title. This is an Intercontinental title match. British Bulldog versus Bret Hart. Known as one of the better wrestling matches of all time. And when we get to spectacle and stuff, there was, because it's Wembley, I mean, you almost had 80,000 people there. There was over 78,000 people for this. And Bulldog was a fucking hero. So Bulldog and Bret Hart, we're going to go old school a little bit. We're taking you back to 92, ladies and gentlemen. The Buildup. It'd be great to have Doug here. But this was kind of a rivalry built on respect in ways, from what I remember. SummerSlam 1992. Bulldog versus Bret Hart.
Bulldog versus.
All right. Yeah, to me, the build-up because Raw was going then, wasn't it? Or
No.
not yet?
Raw started in 93.
Yeah. Ross, yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't happening yet. But to me, the build-up, I don't remember the build-up that much, so I can't give it that high. But I'm gonna go a 5 because I remember when you go back and watch some of the promos and stuff, I remember being excited for it. But if I can't remember it that well, I can't go that high. So I'm gonna go a 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 5 too. I don't remember the build-up much.
Cleneth? C money.
Did we lose Cena? I mean,
4.
Oh, you gave it a 4. All right, 14. All right, the spectacle. Like I said, almost 80,000 people. Bulldog was like a national treasure there, and they also respected Bret Hart. I'm going to give this a 10 because this feels, when you go back and watch it, it feels like magic. That's a lot of people to watch one thing. And for it to be an intercontinental title match, like that's fucking huge. And that's the biggest platform the intercontinental title has ever had.
Yeah. It's probably one of the biggest IC title matches of all time.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't close that off with the WWE and they closed it, that shows you how much faith they had in those two gentlemen. And the crowd, everybody fucking was so into this. So
I'll agree. 10.
I'll go 10. You go 10?
Yep. So we're all giving it 10?
Right?
Yes.
Clark gave it a 10?
Yes, I did.
It'd be late. All right. A perfect 30. Now, the match itself. This is known as one of the better wrestling matches of all time. And these two fucking went at it. It was a technical masterpiece. I know Bret Hart has stated later that, Mr. Smith was on crack during the match, but that might have been one of the better performances I've ever seen on a hard drug. So, he came. Bulldog fucking knew that this was his moment, and holy shit, did he perform. And all the spots, I mean, Bret Hart was a technical masterpiece back then. So this was fucking magic. I'm going to give it another 10.
I'll give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9. 29. No. Yeah, 29. No, 28.
29, right? No.
28.
28.
Yeah, 28.
All right. The finish. I like the little, because it was so fast paced. I like how fucking Bret Hart went to do like a sunset flip and Davey got the pin. That shit was so sick. Like it was kind of quick, but it was also, they looked tired and it looked like anything could end it at that point. And it was like a lucky win, but it was also, he beat him fair and square. So I'm going to go 9 on the finish.
I'll go 9 too.
I'll go at 8.
All right, 26. This match is doing well so far. The crowd reaction was perfect. I'm going to go another 10. Wembley loved this. Seeing a British man kick ass in the UK, I think they were happy as fuck.
Yep.
If AEW does it again this year and finally gives Will Ospreay his fucking world title win,
that's going to be
get a similar type of magic.
Yep.
But this was magic.
Yep.
10 to me. So we got 20. What do you got, Cleneth?
I'll give it another 9.
29.
29.
All right. I think Buildup might have took it away from Rock and Austin, but we'll see.
This might end up being better than Andre and Hogan.
127.
Oh, okay. So it missed the cut.
A respectable. Let me see what Hogan and Andre got. 129.7. So
Missed it by 2.
because me and Doug got dicey with decimals. But all right. So we're at a 127 for them. We'll do a couple more here. All right. You got another one, Eric?
TNA, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe.
Which one?
The first one. The headbutt hurt. The headbutt hurt around the world. Is that the first one?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, because then I think Angle won that one.
Genesis 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is exactly when I started watching TNA too.
Was that the headbutt, Cleneth, if you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what pay-per-view it was, but I remember that's what got me watching TNA was Kurt Angle.
Yep. Was that his first match?
Whew.
Kurt Angle in TNA?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And it was Joe's first loss in 18 months.
Yep. I remember that.
All right, the build-up. I thought it's pretty perfect. I mean, it's two guys that look. TNA was one because you have a lot of little guys flipping. So getting that like two big ass, like you have a technical masterpiece who looks so fucking intense in Kurt Angle, and then you have this big fucking destroyer looking dude in Samoa Joe. And these guys, this is the biggest fight field TNA's probably ever had. So even though that's more spectacle, but I'm going to give the build up an 8.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I want to agree with Daniel. I'll give it an 8.
All right, 25.
Samoa Joe is still killing it today, 20 years later.
Yeah, he's the man. All right. Spectacle. Like I said, probably the biggest fight field they've. There wasn't that many people in the Impact Zone because there never really was, but it didn't hold that many people. But this did have a big fight feel to it. For
Yes,
Kurt and Joe felt like a big fucking deal, and it felt like two guys that were going to destroy each other. So for TNA, I'm going to give it a 9.
I'm going to give it a 10. It was Kurt Angle's first big TNA match, and the build up. I mean, it just felt like the biggest TNA match.
Yeah, and you don't know, are they going to make Joe lose? Are they going to have Kurt lose on his first match? Like, there was a lot of mystery there too.
Yeah,
I want to give it a 7.
All right, 27. Cleneth didn't feel the magic as much. The match itself, they beat the shit out of each other. Joe looked legit the whole time. This only goes about 13 minutes, but I'm going to give the match itself another 8 because I think it's solid.
I'm going to give it a 9.
It's a really good Kurt match.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7 as well.
It might not have been the best match of this series that they had, but I give it a 9.
No. I don't think it's their best match, but it was a damn good one for Kurt to come in on, and I do think it meant a lot. And because even though it wasn't like for the title, it was still a big fucking deal.
Yeah. It wasn't for the title. I thought it was for the title.
No. All right, the finish. I think it's the best part of the match. I'm going to give it a 10. I love the ankle lock and Joe tapping out. And I know you could argue, yeah, but Joe didn't look tough. Joe was undefeated for 18 months. He looked tough plenty. And the Kurt looked like a badass coming in and tapping this dude out with an ankle lock. I think it was a perfect finish.
Yeah, that I will give it a 10 too.
All right, we got a perfect for TNA. Might be the only one it ever gets. No offense to TNA. The crowd reaction. The people that were there were into this. They were hype.
Yep.
It's not fucking Wembley, so I'm not going to give it super high, but I'll give it a 7. They were super into it.
I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I'll have to give it an 8 as well.
All right, 23. TNA with a formidable effort here. 25 plus 26 plus 24 plus 30 plus 23. 128. I don't know how that beat Bret Hart and Bulldog, but there you go.
It beat it by 1.
That's insane.
All right. I think we need to add a women's match. You had to talk about the women.
I agree. You have one in mind?
How about we do WrestleMania, Belair versus Sasha Banks?
Okay. Which one was that again?
Huh?
Which one was that? That was 21, right? 2021?
Yeah, I think that's what. Yeah, I think it was 20.
37.
Sasha Banks versus who?
Belair.
Bianca Belair.
Oh yeah. That was huge.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
2021. And there was fans there, right? Or no?
Yeah, that was a return of the fans.
Yeah.
That was Tampa Bay, I think, right?
Huh?
That was Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first 2-night pay-per-view? 2-night?
Second,
Second,
2 night
the
and fan
pandemic
pay per
one.
view.
Yeah.
To 2 night and fan pay per view.
Yeah.
So we have to give it to the what's his face? The whatever they call it. The 2 night.
What do we think of the build-up, gentlemen?
I
I
thought the
think
build-up was fantastic. They highlighted both women, how big a match this is, and why they're main eventing the match. They made both women feel big.
To me, this is the first time Bianca felt like a huge deal, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is more like Bianca's coming out party and Sasha's like patching of the torch. You
That's
know,
what it felt like.
and no offense to me, but she did that a lot in WWE that I didn't think she shouldn't have. The match she had with Charlotte, always dropping. That was not Bailey at TNA or NXT. I think I agree with.
Yeah, she was always putting people over.
And that's partly why she probably left.
Well, that's why when she went to AEW, she's like, Tony, I won 32 belts and I'm winning every fucking match.
And is this Sasha Banks' last WrestleMania?
Was she not at 38? I'll check.
I want to say this might have been her last Mania.
Nope, her and Naomi in the tag titles, remember? And then she walks out.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. She walks out after WrestleMania.
Yeah. Because they were always trying to lump her in the tag division. She's like, fuck you.
Yep.
And now she's going for the tag belts in AEW. But all right, not to make, but and I think Monet made the right decision, by the way, for her career and financially and all that. And I think she's being booked great, and I think she puts on great matches, and all the haters can eat ass.
And she seems happier.
Yeah, which that's good too.
Yeah,
but I think she's still entertaining. I don't mind watching her on TV. I think she's good.
Yeah, I do too.
All right. Now, so what are we giving the build up?
10 each. I give it a 10.
I'm going to give it a 9.
I'll give it a 9 as well.
So 28. All right. The spectacle, the big fight feel. This did kind of feel special, and it's obviously a landmark. This is the first time that this has happened. 2 African American women fucking out there kicking ass. And this did feel like it was her coming out party, Bianca's. This felt like Bianca finally felt special, and Sasha felt special as well. And it still felt like anybody could win. So I'm gonna give the spectacle a solid 8. I mean, 20,000 people for a WrestleMania. You can tell the fans were just coming back, but still, I mean, this did feel like a big moment. So I'm going to give it.
Remember, we did have restrictions. It's right after COVID to allow people to come in, so you can't be at full capacity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to give it a 9. I can't give it perfect because there wasn't that many people because of COVID.
Well, the handicap was the year, people. You gotta put that in there. But I will give it an 8.
All right, we're at a 25. The match itself, I'm gonna go 9 This was solid as hell, and they worked their asses off to make this good. And Bianca knew this was her moment, and she fucking went ham. And you can tell Sasha really wanted to make her look good. So this just ended up being perfect. So, well, I can't give it a 10, but I'm going to go 9.
I'm gonna go 10.
I wanted to give it an 8.
All right, so 8, 9, 10. We're at 27 for the match itself.
I think I was at your house watching this. I don't remember.
All right. I think you might have been, yeah. All right, the finish.
The whiplash, the hair whipped his hair around the world.
Yep.
Like a scar on a woman's chest.
I give the finish a 10.
Yeah, I like the counters right before the finish. It happened quick. I thought it was a damn good finish. I'm gonna give it a 10 too.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect 30. Now the crowd reaction. They gave a shit. They were into it. Like it wasn't full capacity, but I'm gonna give it a solid 8 because I do think the crowd gave a fuck.
Yeah, I'll agree with an 8.
They really were happy with her win. 9? All right. 25. The females are kicking ass. They beat Cena and Truth.
It's not hard to do, people. Anybody can be a Cena and Truth.
This might have beat Andre and Hogan.
No, but
it did beat Andre and Hogan. It's 135. Hogan got and Andre got 129.7. So Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair is a better WrestleMania main event than Andre the Giant Hulk Hogan, according to the Wrestling Through the Years podcast.
If Doug was here, he would probably, I don't know what he would say.
He'd pop a blood vessel. All right, we get Rock and Austin, Cena and Edge are tied for 2 at 142. Or no, they're not tied for 2. They're still in the lead. So they're tied for first place. Rock and Austin, Cena and Edge tied for first place. I think we got one more in us. Does anybody else have a suggestion, or you want me to come up with one?
Let's go. Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. WrestleMania 30.
That's a triple threat.
And Batista. So Batista can go fuck himself, huh?
Yeah. You said out of all Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, which one are you talking about?
It's like old Blue Tista wasn't even there, huh?
We'll give you. Which one do you want to do, guys? That one, the triple threat, or Batista and Triple H?
Which one of those? I love all of those. The WrestleMania one?
Yeah, which one do you want to end on?
Let's say, do we all remember WrestleMania 21 pretty good?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I don't know when you said WrestleMania, I really thought you were talking about the rematch. Yeah. I'm like, why would you want to do that one?
I forgot.
Well, I like
Batista was in that match.
Batista and Triple H, the trilogy is great. Their WrestleMania, their Backlash, and their Hell in a Cell is fucking awesome. Yeah, it's probably the best one. But we'll end out on a WrestleMania. We'll do WrestleMania 21, and we'll do Batista versus Triple H. Triple H passing the torch to Batista. Build up,
right?
Huh?
That was the main event of that pay-per-view, right?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Cena won his first belt that night too, and he wasn't the main event. He beat JBL for his title the same night that Batista won his first title. That's how you knew they were going in a new direction that night.
Yep.
But Batista got the top billing at the time. It would change pretty soon after. But all right, the build-up 10. Batista living evolution. Everyone still remembers the moment of him being like, yeah, I'll send the contract. Fuck you. Batista bomb through the table. The Royal Rumble win was perfect with Vince tearing both his quads. Batista was red hot leaving Evolution. That's everything that they wanted the Randy Orton exit to be, but it wasn't. But the Batista leaving Evolution and turning on Flair and Triple H was perfect storytelling and one of my favorite stories in the Ruthless Aggression era. So I got to give it a 10.
I agree with that. I give it a 10 too.
Yeah, I'll give it a 10.
All right. Perfect 30. We're starting out hot. All right. Now the spectacle. This is another one I'm high on because this felt like two Roman soldiers opposed from each other. This is the guy that had held that specific title hostage for about 3 to 4 years. Everyone remembers the Reign of Terror, and this is kind of the end of it. So it felt really special, and it felt like it's like, oh, could Batista be the guy? Is he going to take out his mentor? I'm going to give this another 10. I think this felt special. It really did.
Yep. I'm on the same page. 10.
I'll have to give it a 7.
All right. 27. Now, the match itself. What do we think?
Not the best of the three. Maybe the second best of the three.
It's better.
It's not the best, but to me, I will have to give it another 7. It's a word match.
Oh, I thought Batista looked like a star the whole time, and it's not like they fucked anything up. There was good psychology there.
I'll give it an 8.
I give it an 8 too, so that's 2 8s and a 7. That puts it at 23.
Yeah.
Let's see if it can beat Sasha and Belair. The finish. I think they did this the way they needed to do it. I mean, a Batista bomb to end it, and him almost fucking. I'm trying to. Oh, yeah, 'cause he got him with the low blow and hit him with the title. And that's when everybody thought it was over. But the Batista bomb, baby. The Batista bomb got it done. I was trying to, because I always get the sledgehammer finish mixed with this one. But yeah, it was a good way to end, and it was a nice babyface, victory. So I'm gonna give this I'm gonna go 9 because I think this is the best that Batista could have looked out of this. He was one of my favorites in this era growing up as a kid.
I'm trying to think of the other two finishes. This is the best finish.
The animal.
3. I'm gonna give it a 10.
All right.
See, I want to give mine an 8. I'll give it an 8 for me.
All right, 22nd. Now we have the crowd reaction. I think they were really into Batista winning the title. I'm going to go 9.
I'm going to give it another 10.
10?
Yeah. I thought the crowd was really hot for Batista.
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah.
I
just think the crowd really wanted to see Triple H lose still.
Yeah. They were pretty excited by that notion, I think.
Kind of remind me when people wanted Roman Reigns to lose at 40.
This ends up tying with Sasha and Belair at 135.
Oh, wow.
So our top one, we are going to end this for now. This was a lot of fun, but we have Rock and Austin and Edge and Cena from Unforgiven 2006, both at 142 in the lead right now. We might get a match someday. We're going to be back for a part 3. We might have to get Doug and Eric to give their individual rankings on each one and then bring it all back with a 4-person episode. But that's where we're at right now. That is our main event rankings. This was a lot of fun, guys. Go ahead.
Doug can be the tiebreaker with the two that are tied.
Yes. Yeah, I think he should. All right. Let's tell them what we're doing next week. Do you have an idea, Eric? Because you are back if you had a quick one. I don't want to put you on the spot, though.
Yeah, I don't have an idea. I mean, we can do that top 10 worst ideas for W, whatever I said earlier.
That's a good one too. I was also thinking top 10 underrated talkers.
Okay.
You want to do top 10 underrated promos?
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be next week. Cleneth, are we going to be seeing you?
Maybe.
All right. So we'll see for that. Top 10 underrated promos, unless we switch it throughout the week. We'll see.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing right now. Check out the cartoon show tomorrow. I don't know exactly. Do you know what you guys are doing, Eric?
I have it on my phone. Hold on. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. The Animated Anarchy.
Yep. Check out that at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the live show. And the showdown will be on Wednesday at 12 noon. The animated Hour of Power. So for that, it's Johnny Test versus Gravity Falls. Star Trek, the animated series versus Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. Court Dakla versus SWAT Cats. And Bastard, I think Heavy Metal versus Dragon Ball Z.
I was going to say, that's got to be an anime. There can't be a cartoon kids are watching called Bastard. But
I think I messed that up.
So that's the matchup. Make sure to check out the cartoon show tomorrow. We will see everybody next week. Eric, it's glad to have you back, and I'm glad to say this again. I'm going to do it for Doug. Please take care of the shorts.
Yep, always.
Happy Halloween,
everybody. Football show probably Sunday after the NFL.
Yeah, check out the Unscripted Sports Show.
Yep. Cleneth, are you going to join me on Sunday?
Depends if I watch the games or not.
Okay.
I'll be working.
Yep. I'll message you.
All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see everybody next time.
Next time.
Doses.
Later.